This is 10.7 volume part 1. So we looked at area and perimeter in the last section. Now we're going to look at volume, which talks about capacity. How much does something hold? So many objects have length, width, and height, and they are three-dimensional. So volume measures this capacity. Again, it's how much it can hold inside the object in cubic units. So cubic means the units to the third power. So the first question says, find the volume of the rectangular solid. To find the volume of a rectangular solid, the formula is to take the length times the width times the height. Now, the length is 3 units. The height is 4 units, and the width equals 2 units. So if I do 3 times 2 times 4 to find the volume. And when I do that, I get 3 times 2, which is 6. 6 times 4, which is 24 units cubed. So again, they're cubic units. Okay. All right. So the volume for rectangular solid or a cube can be found as taking length times width times height. That's for any of those figures. For the volume of a cube, you can take your side and just cube it because they're all of equal measure. Okay, that's the shortcut. Okay, so find the volume for a rectangular solid whose length is 14, whose width is 12, and whose height is 17. All right, if we draw this out, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm just going to connect these up. Okay, there we go. All right, so the length is 14. The width is 12. And the height is 7. So volume equals length times width times height. So length is 14, width is 12, and the height is 7. All right, so when I multiply that all together, I get 1,176 inches cubed. All right, next one. For sphere, the volume is given by the formula volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. That is the formula for a sphere. So basically, we just need to know what the radius is. So find the volume of a sphere whose diameter is 9 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to draw this out really quick. By the way, for the sphere, you don't really have to. I'm just going to do that. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's try that again. All right, so the radius is going to equal 9. Oops, no it's not. So they gave you diameter actually. So let me erase this stuff in here and redo this again. Okay, well. Okay. So they're giving you the complete diameter of this, and it's 9 centimeters. Okay, but remember we need the radius. So radius is 1/2 of the diameter. So 1/2 of 9 is 4.5. So the radius equals 4.5. Now to find the volume of a sphere, we take 4/3 times pi times 4.5 cubed. So when you do this in your calculator, you're going to take 4.5 times 4.5 times 4.5, then multiply that by pi, then put parentheses 4 divided by 3 end parentheses, and multiply by that. Okay? So volume equals 381.70 centimeters cubed. All right. Find the volume where R equals 4 meters and H equals 7 meters. Okay, they want you to find the volume of this figure over here, which is a cylinder. So let's go ahead and put some stuff in here. So radius is 4 and the height is 7. Okay, so the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times h. Okay, so volume equals pi. The radius is 4. I'm going to square it, and the height is 7. So pi times 16 times 7. So in your calculator, do pi, key, then times 16, then times 7, and in that order. And when I do that, I'm going to have to crunch those numbers there. And when I did this, I got 351.858. And I'm going to double check this again just to make sure I did it right. So again, pi times 16 times 7. Yeah, I got the same answer. Okay, so I'm going to round to the nearest hundredths. So that 5 is in the hundredths position. The 8 is behind it, so I have to round up. So this is going to be 351.86. And we are in units cubed. Okay, so the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. All right, now we have the volume of a cone. So the formula is 1/3 pi r squared h. So we need to know the radius and we need to know the height. So it says find the volume where r equals 4 and where the height equals 7. So again, we're going to plug and play. So 1/3 times pi. The radius is 4. I'm going to square that, and I'm going to take it times the height, which is 7. Okay, so I get 1/3 times pi times 16 times 7. Okay, if you take 16 times 7, you're going to get 112. And you can do this. So I did the 1/3. I did pi times 112 and divide it by 3. And when you do that, you get 117.29 meters, because we're in meters cubed. Okay? All right. So this last page, I will give you a page that kind of looks like this, except it won't have this information in the box nor this one, but it will have this on the side. So this one, first one says a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and that is the Pythagorean theorem. And remember, that's for right triangles only. Okay? The next one says P equals 2 times L plus 2 times width. That is the perimeter formula for a rectangle. Okay? Next one is perimeter equals 4 times the side. That is the shortcut for finding the perimeter of a square. The next one should say circumference equals 2 pi r or pi d, and that is finding the circumference of a circle. This next one says area equals length times width. That is an area of a rectangle. Area equals side squared. That's a shortcut for finding the area of a square. And by the way, remember you can use length times width for a square. Okay. Next one, area equals base times the height, is the area of a parallelogram. This next one is area equals 1/2 times the height, And then we have little base plus big base, and that is finding the area of a trapezoid. The next one is area equals 1/2 base times height, which is finding the area of a triangle. The next one is finding the area of a circle. And that formula is area equals pi r squared. So volume equals length times width times height is finding the volume of a rectangular solid. Volume equals side cubed is the shortcut for finding the volume of a cube. And by the way, again, you can use the volume of a rectangular solid to find the volume of a cube. This next one is the volume of a cylinder. And this is going to be V equals pi r squared times h. The next one is the volume of a cone, which volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times h. And finally, the last one, volume of a sphere, is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so the formulas will be given to you. So you'll see this formula, this one, maybe that one. I'm highlighting the ones that you definitely will see. This one, this one. So I just highlighted the formulas that you're going to see, but it's not going to tell you what the formula is used for. You have to know that. So I'd highly, highly, highly recommend that you spend some time memorizing what goes to what. Maybe make flashcards, okay? The other thing that you need to know is perimeter measures the distance around an object. And is measured in linear. And that just means like whatever the unit is, like meters, centimeters, etc. Circumference measures the distance around a circle and is measured in linear units. So it's just meters, centimeters, etc. Okay, area measures the surface of an object and is measured in squared units. And volume measures capacity of an object and is measured in cubic units. So again, this stuff in the box will not be permitted on the test, but I will give you a formula sheet for the formulas that you have to use. All right, so that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching this section on volume.